Sure.
I always thought college would be like really cool. Let me finish. I always thought college would be really cool, you know, like the movies, if you will, or the general media public portrays it to be, you know, like a wild experience. But not like just all around, really fun to be on your own and stuff. And I was amazingly surprised at how much fun, especially my college, provided. You know, like the classes, the people you meet, how much time you have in your hands to do anything. Go to we have a place called Cookie Mill, which takes 2 cookies and puts a piece of ice cream between them. It's delicious. $2 for something. So everyone's just like hanging out all the time. Even studying together is just something that I've never done before because I studied really poorly with other people. I just get distracted. And I think that honestly, I've had one of the best experiences of my life, my first and second semester at college. You can't really prepare for it, but it was just really fun. And I met a lot of really good people. So it was really nice.
Where are you going? So I missed it because we came in.
Oh, that's
right.
Why don't you each read?
I'm going to Azusa Pacific University, which is just close enough to LA to be part of LA County, but far enough to be away from the smog.
Emily?
Okay, I go to University of Illinois. My campus is 2.5 hours south of Chicago. You guys need the visuals of that. I absolutely loved my first semester here. I went into a 30,000 undergrad school knowing only my roommate, and I only knew her by name basis because she was a family friend. So I knew absolutely no one, and I loved it. I had 2 very different experiences, I think, because first semester I called home crying after 2 months. I was like, I'm halfway across the country, I cannot do this, I have no friends, I'm like a loner over here. So then I started getting really involved. That's one advice that I would give to any entering freshman. Join as many clubs as possible because the more you join, the more you can figure out what you like, who you are, who you want your friends to be, and then you can weed out all the clubs you really don't like. And then second semester, I rushed a business fraternity, so I had a kind of different experience there being part of the Greek system. So I like the campus feel of it and the different people you meet. There's some people who are so academically driven, it's crazy, and then you meet the partiers who you're like, how did you get into college at all? But everyone's really fun, and then when you go to a school, like, everyone is so passionate about going there, so, I mean, sports games were really fun too, so that was good for us.
I'm in PCC, so I'm kind of the opposite as Emily. I live at home. I'm with my parents all the time, which has its pros and cons. But the great thing about being at community college is I have the time, I have a job, I have the time to volunteer and build my resume. So I'm kind of anxious to get out, but that was the right fit for me. I wasn't ready to leave home, and this has been great for me. I can bust out all of my nursing prereqs, at my own pace. I still have about 3 more terms to go, but depending on how things go. So you can kind of go at your own pace, and it's been great for me, but I'm definitely ready to move on, transfer, hope to go down to California, get some sunshine.
All right, I'm going to Gonzaga University up in Spokane, Washington, and overall, my first year was great, and it did get off to a really rocky start, which I feel like is kind of what happened to a lot of people going to college. So I'd just like to say, don't worry about that. College is going to freak you out at first, but it gets good pretty quick. So just be patient. And the thing for me was, when I first applied to Gonzaga, I thought I wanted to be an engineer. And then over the summer, I decided I didn't want to be an engineer at all. I wanted to do pre-med. And then I decided I still wanted to do pre-med, but do psychology as my major. And then, like when I got there, I just didn't want to do that. But the great thing about Gonzaga and a lot of other colleges that are just liberal arts colleges with kind of a wide range of things that they offer, but don't necessarily just focus on one as their main thing, is that you have options. If you change your mind, like I did quite a few times right off the bat, it accommodated for that and gave me all the other options I wanted. And now I'm a biology/piano performance major, and right now I think it's gonna stay there. But but that's one of the great things about colleges that are more flexible like that. So don't discount a college just because it doesn't have, you know, like one of the top 5 in the nation engineering schools or something. Because if it's pretty good overall, then it's nice to be able to do a lot of things at once instead of just one big thing.
I go to Kenyon College, and you probably haven't heard of that. That's okay. I'm used to that. It's in Gambier, Ohio. It's an hour away from Columbus. The closest civilization we have is a Walmart. It's 15 minutes away. So I live in rural Ohio, which is interesting, and it's a very small school. It's 1,600 students, and I love it because I mean, you're literally You're literally living in a community of 18 to 22-year-olds with no parents, and it's kind of a culture shock. But I mean, I love my school because it's small and you know everyone, and we're a community together. Especially since we have nowhere else to go. But you need to get involved. You need to know what's right for you, and it's different from anything you've ever had to live in before.
I go to Arizona State University, and in that Barrett Honors College, and it's a very interesting dichotomy because I have a school of 60,000 kids on one hand, and you may have heard things about ASU, and some of it is true. And on the other hand, I'm part of like a 2,000-person college that live in this complex, and it's very, very studious, and any time of night, weekend, weekday, there's people studying in the lounges, and so it's definitely interesting there. Living on your own is like a huge change in a lot of ways, especially living with another person, with a roommate. In my case, I had an absolutely awful roommate, but living with him made me a better person, so it works out. I just wanted to be the exact opposite of him all the time. And then also, like, if you forget to do something, like, no one's going to do it for you, you have to go do it. So that's definitely, like, something, like, you really have a lot of responsibility to take on. But it's really nice at the same time, too. You can stay up till 3 in the morning doing homework with your friends, and then go to a place called Cookies on Hill, the same thing. It's delicious. So, it took me like a semester to adjust, and really ups and downs. I joined a fraternity. It's like a leadership fraternity, and that's where all my best friends are now. And I have kind of another, and almost none of them are in the Honors College, but they are also like very successful people and kind of let me get involved in different things. And so that's definitely like a great group of friends, and then this last semester has been awesome. Also, school's harder than I anticipated, or harder than high school for me. So I really had to like apply myself, figure out how to manage my time, so it can be difficult.
I go to the University of Southern California, and I had a pretty great freshman year. The first semester, it definitely was tough, going, from knowing most people in your school and in your community and not really knowing anyone. There were 5 other people from LO that went to my school, but I didn't really hang out with them or really see them necessarily. So it was really tough to adjust in the beginning, and like, not every day was really difficult, but I would definitely sometimes feel really lonely and feel like I didn't really have any friends. But definitely, I joined a Greek social sorority in the beginning of the semester, and as that went on, and as I began to get to know more people, and in my classes, and in my sorority, and my dorm, my experience improved tremendously, and by the end of the year, I feel like I had a really great time. Yeah, I definitely agree, definitely getting involved really helped me a lot. And I think, definitely just having patience and realizing that it is going to get better. And it was just really cool, too, to be able to go to USC and meet so many diverse people from all over the place. Now I have friends in Chicago and Missouri and Texas and all over the place. And you know, USC has the highest international population of any school in the country. So like there was a kid on my floor who was from India and had never been to America before. And it's just so interesting to be able to get all these different perspectives and talk to all these different people. And yeah, we had a really great time. And getting to live in Los Angeles was super awesome because the Screen Actors Guild Awards were across the street from my campus, and I got to watch all the celebrities get out of the car.